Hi guys, welcome back. Beautiful Body here with another video. I told you I was gonna be back. I am currently waiting for my husband to get home, but I had a couple things on my mind and I just wanted to get on here really quickly. One, I told y'all last time I was on here, I was reading some books. So I wanted to show y'all the books that I'm reading. One is the NIV, the Woman's Study Bible. I told y'all I was looking at this one, The Brain That Changed Itself. I'm also looking at The Social Animal. I'm also looking at 1920s fashion, 1950s fashion, 1940s fashion, 1930s fashion, and my favorite, 1990 fashion. I get all my books from Thrift Books. It's like I guess a discount bookstore or whatever. You can buy books, sell them back, and all that good stuff. I'm not really a book reader, but I want to be. See, I have a love-hate relationship with reading. I absolutely hate reading, but I read so much. So hey. All right, so I have wrote something really quickly on my phone that I wanted to share, but I had to read it. I have to read it because I won't remember it off the top of my head. So this is called Things I Think the Black Community Needs to Focus on. Okay? To change our future generations, one, I know that didn't make sense. Let me start over. Things I think the Black community needs to focus on to change our future generations. One, family first, always. I know everybody says family this, family that, family is the one that hurts you. And I'm going to tell you, that is absolutely true. They're not lying. Family is the most, the closest thing to you that will hurt you, and it won't even bother them, right? All right, I'm rambling. Okay, so family first. Most of the problems we have within our families come from us not speaking up about issues within the family. We also sweep things under the rug as if it makes it better or it makes it go away. Favoritism is a problem. Colorism is a problem. Self-hate is a problem. Unwavering competition is a problem. Gatekeeping is a problem. Gossiping is a problem. Keeping drama going is a problem. And I think the number one enemy that we have in our families is division. There's always sides, groups, and cliques. Are we in high school? Are we related to each other? We should be loving and caring about each other, not thinking that we're better than our relatives. To me, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. The false competition. People are like, oh, I'm going to get this person, or I'm going to do better than this person. And like, why does any of that matter? My thing is, we should be focusing on supporting each other, finding out which each other goals are, and helping each other obtain those things, right? So we need to fix a lot of that. People don't speak up. For example, there can be an issue in the family, something so minor as somebody needing to apologize to someone. People would rather those people not speak for years and decades versus somebody just speaking up saying such and such, you were wrong. Just because you're in it doesn't mean that you're beating your relative up, that you don't love them. You're setting them straight as if you would set your kids straight. How can people know what they're doing wrong if no one ever says anything? I just think it's stupid, and I think it's very toxic to our community. So that's number one. Okay, number two is breaking generational curses. We need to be able to analyze our family as a whole. You have to be able to identify patterns within the family that causes destruction and setbacks. For example, in my family, estrangement is a major, 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 major problem. For the fact that I am estranged from my mother and my only two siblings, my brothers. I am estranged from the family that I grew up in. And I'm now estranged from some other family, right? They're just not aware of it yet. Yeah, like for example, my paternal grandmother, she was estranged from her siblings and her family. So once she got older and she moved out, started doing her own thing, she didn't have a relationship with her mother or her siblings. I never met her brothers until the day of her funeral. I've never seen them. I knew their names, I've heard their names, but I never knew them. I never saw a picture of them. We never went to visit them. They were just non-existent. I didn't even know they were still alive until she died, right? And then my dad and his sister, you would have thought that they grew up in two different houses, but they didn't. And I would say they were estranged and they went low contact. So they would talk here and there. And I'm estranged from, like I said, my mother and my brothers. Now, that's not something that I want, but I'll say this. If you're in a situation where people are hurting you and they're harming you and you're not doing anything but supporting them, being there for them, trying to do any and everything that you can do to help them obtain goals and, you know, whatever it is that they need, try to be supportive. When people start taking advantage of that and you find yourself doing all the work and people are not reciprocating those things, then you have to walk away and protect yourself. So that's where I'm at. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to have to do it. It hurts every day. But it's something that I have to do in order to protect myself, because this things that I'm speaking about right now in this video are things that I've been talking about for years. And it's very hard to get people to change their minds. So I'll talk about that later in the video. So yes, breaking generational curses. I would also say that, so in order to fix that, you have to be able to inform the next generation as well as do your part to raise your kids accordingly. So like whatever your future goals are for the generation, however you want to turn your future generation of your family, then you need to raise your kids accordingly so that they can pass those positive traits along, okay? So don't talk about, oh, you need to change this, and then you don't do it. You have to be a role model, okay? All right. Everybody has to do their part. I'm trying to do this before my husband get home too. Number 3 is emotional intelligence. This is a big one. This is a big one because I feel like because of everything that happens to Black America, we become very distant, we become very numb to emotions and feelings and trauma, right? I think that we as a group have to realize that trauma, as well as generational trauma, affects our DNA. Therefore, certain trauma-induced factors can be transferred through generations, okay? I feel that as a whole, we need to recognize that mental illness is real. Depression is real, anxiety, PTSD, etc. It impacts us just as well as it impacts our counterparts, okay? We need to start utilizing services such as therapy to heal and find self-awareness so that we do not continue the cycle, right? In order to make things change, in order to even set future goals, you have to be able to identify patterns and try to identify what is wrong, what is broken, and try to fix those things. But you can only do it with self-awareness, okay? So yeah, let me see. Sorry. Self-awareness. Sorry. Depression. We need to start utilizing services such as therapy to heal self-awareness so that we continue to break the cycle. Just because someone lets you down does not mean that you need to do the same. It doesn't give you the right. If your mama walked away from you when you were a kid, that don't mean you walk away from your kids because your mama did it and then be like, oh, my mama, all your life. No, you cannot blame other people because you are in control of your own destiny. So don't use that as an excuse, okay? Because that's how hurt people. All right, just because someone lets you down doesn't mean you do the same. Really focus on how your behavior affects another individual and then try to put yourself in their shoes. Allowing ourselves to be human and tap into our feelings and emotions. We wear so many masks in this country to try to look less like all the stereotypes they have about us. I have been in therapy for the last 9 years and it has changed my life for the better. Start investing. Oh, number 5, sorry. Start investing in ourselves as individuals and as a community. More education, as much as we can obtain. Hold on, y'all, because this is so long that I had to write several. Okay, as much as we can obtain. Why should we do this? Because education is something that can never be taken away. Once you know something, how they gonna take it away? Okay, all right. We need to start focusing on learning about everything, being financially literate, trades, business, farming, sustainability. We have done it too many times and we can always do it again. We just have to focus on acquiring the knowledge and spreading it. Because there's a lot of gatekeepers. People will know how to buy stocks. They will know how to open businesses. They will know how to start businesses and they will not share their information, which is terrible and very detrimental to the community. Okay. Number 6, generational living. Generational living. If we know how hard it was for our ancestors to obtain property, why do we feel like it's easier to do it alone? People complain about not getting a break, being a single parent, not having a support system, limited to no family ties. We are hurting ourselves. What is the big deal about doing everything alone? We can clap for you and give you a pat on the back, but that's as far as it's going to go. I think we need to focus on acquiring multi-family properties and take advantage of generational living. Our elderly population will not be closed in and shuttered. We will have help with raising our kids, bills, taxes around the house, etc. If I was president of the Black People's Association, these are what just some of the goals that I would have, right? The things I listed are things that I'm actively working on with my own family, and believe me, it is not easy. When you are trying to create change, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes consistency, dedication, determination, and doing your part regardless of when, other people doing theirs. Believe me, sometimes I just want to run. I just want to go and focus on myself and do the things that I want to do. But I know that my legacy depends on this, right? My future generation depends on this. But I need to complete the task. I'm sorry. Believe me when I say I want to run at times, but I need to complete the task at hand. I have also given myself things to do in order to change the future of my family. I was the first to graduate high school, college, and graduate school at the top of my class. First female to serve our country. First to do a lot of things. Let's focus on being accountable and present, supportive, and empathetic. I don't know about y'all, but I know God put us here for a reason. And it's not to just help ourselves or the people that we love, but to help everybody. We need each other no matter what. Legacy is what you make it. And I like being the first. Is this the last one? I think I might have skipped one. Hold up. Either way, that's all I got. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because I can't have these conversations with my family. My son, also, my oldest son tells me, every time I talk to you, it's like having a college lecture. So nobody's interested in my nerdy ideas, okay? But I thought I would share with y'all because y'all listen to me. Thank you. That's another thing about therapy, right? If we have medical insurance, medical benefits, let's utilize them, right? We're paying for them. We have them through our job. Don't just give the insurance company money for free. Get as much as you can get out of your insurance company. Use your money. Hello. Therapy is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. I know a lot of people think, oh, you're going to go in this room with this stranger, lay on this couch and cry and blurt out all your little feelings. But therapy is really what you make it. You can start anywhere. You can start at the deepest, darkest secret, or you don't have to do that at all. Again, I've been in therapy for 9 years, and it's things that my therapist is still finding out about me every single day because I have so many masks. It's kind of hard to shed that and like actually let people see who you are and how you feel. And once you do it, you'll feel so much better. One thing that I used to do when my kids were little, I used to never cry in front of them, whether it be happy tears or sad tears. And I think that now that they're older and they're grown adults, like my oldest son is 26, my other son is about to be 23 the day after my birthday, and then my daughter is 21. Now that they're older, I cry in front of them. And because I held that in for so long, it kind of triggers them in a way like, oh my God, my mom is crying. What is going on? I've never seen her act like this, but I can't keep walking around acting like I'm a robot because I'm not. I told them I had to operate like that when you're the first. You had to, you're the first and you're the only. When you're playing 5 roles, mom, dad, aunt, uncles, grandparents, you're, trying to raise your kids accordingly. You're trying to be a good role model. And I'm still trying to get my own life together. That's a lot. And being a provider, the only person taking, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot for one person. And I just had this conversation with my daughter the other day. I said, if I would have sat back then and thought about all the stuff that I've been through in life and the things that I think about now that I'm in therapy, I would have had a breakdown. So therapy kind of helped me let that stuff out in a safe space, right? And with help and support, which is very, very important. So that's all I got. I wanted to say one more thing, but it just slipped my perimenopausal brain. So I'm gonna have to say that for another day. So, all right, guys. If nobody told you that you're enough today, you are enough, just the way you are, with no strings attached. And if nobody told you that they love you today, I love you. So until next time, guys, peace, love, and blessings. Until the next one.